Yeah, I just want to send my all of our thoughts and prayers to the UVA community, the basketball program, and to the Terry Holland family. I got to meet Coach Holland a few times, and he was good friends with Hal Nunley, who I worked for at Randolph-Macon, and Coach Nunley used to always say he was the one that put college basketball in the state of Virginia on the national map. And I've had some great conversations with Coach Holland over the years, and just want to send out my condolences, thoughts, and prayers to his family and the UVA community. College basketball lost a great man.
You came out of the weekend with a 2-game lead, two to play. What's your message to your team?
Win the day. The same formula we had all year long is let's win the day. Let's get better today. Let's prepare for the next competition. So you take care of the last game, the next game becomes bigger, and that's what we've done. And great St. Louis team coming in here, a well-coached team with some really good players, and so we got our hands full. But we put ourselves in a position to see what we can do here down the stretch because they took care of each day, and that's got to be the same formula this week.
Do you talk about the net with your guys at all, or anything like that, where you stand and what potential awaits you, or is it just?
No, I never do. Our guys know it. I mean, you're a basketball player. You want to know where you stand. You know what? I'm sure they want to know what people are saying about them. And for us and our staff, it's always been to me about preparing for the next thing. Don't look ahead. There's a lot of things in that stuff you can't control, so why worry about it? If we keep winning and you get a little help, some other things happen, you know, always puts you in good places. But I've just always been that way. I know I'm boring about talking about that, but it's just how I've always been.
I guess the focus is more on winning the tournament because you know you're getting on that bid.
Yeah, the focus is to win the next game, and the focus is to get better and be prepared for the next game, because if you do that, the next one becomes, it's cliche around here, but the next one becomes bigger. And it's, for me, it's that vanilla. I've always been that way. We can only control what we can control, what we do, how we approach things together. And that, you know, it sounds boring, but you know, you talk to people that know the net and the bracketology and all that stuff to try to give you some input as you do things further with scheduling or when you go into your league meetings, all that stuff. But now, in the middle of the season, when you have a chance to win a game, that's completely my focus. So it's always been that way.
How were you able to overcome everything you guys have dealt with this year to be in the position to win the regular season title tomorrow night on your home floor?
Just keep trying to get better. You know, for me, it's pretty simple. Build relationships with our players so there's great trust and confidence. Have a plan. You know, we'd like to say the plan of attack for us. Keep sharpening that plan. Keep working on that. Sometimes it's by adding a couple things. Sometimes it's by simplifying things. Making sure our guys have a clear understanding of what they need to do to be successful. And it's as much off the court as it is on the court. Just sometimes having a clear mind or getting a body right, spending more time in the training room, getting a guy to shoot extra in the gym, getting some guys on the free throw line before practice, after practice, watching extra tape. Just having a plan as a coaching staff to help our guys along as the year goes on, and never get too high, never get too low. You win a bunch of games, great. Stick to that formula. Stick to the plan. If you don't win, why? Evaluate it, work on it, and if you have to make changes, be bold to make changes.
Do you feel like right now the guys are more comfortable in their specific role on this team?
Yeah, I think so. I think we have some guys that have really impacted us winning and impacting the program the right way because they've really cherished their role. They've really starred in their role, as I call it, to the guys. And then also I think we've had some guys just get more comfortable in their role and their time on the court. But I think we've had some guys off the court mature, and that has shown on the court. And that's why you stick to developing guys. That's why you even during the season you work on them. It's not just basketball. And I think we've matured throughout the year, and we still got a ways to go. That's always number one on our list, getting these guys to continue to move forward as young people, because the basketball is the easy part. But I think we've had some young guys really mature, and it's shown on the court and really helped us be successful.
You've had like math was right, 7 guys lead you in scoring this year.
Yeah.
And yet you don't have gaudy stats for anybody's scoring average. Is that kind of the best of both worlds and something you envisioned when this team came together?
Well, it talks about our versatility of different guys being able to step up at different times. I think it's because these guys like playing with each other, and we have a lot of guys that can pass the ball and make plays. I think we have some playmakers where guys making the right play at the right time. And sometimes it's a guy, shooting the ball and scoring some points, and in isolations making plays for themselves that is impacting winning. But I also think it's guys giving up a good shot to get a great shot, and a teammate is the one, having that success at the end or finishing the play. I think you've seen that throughout the year. We really evolved at that guys are just making the game a little bit easier on the offensive end, and sometimes it's just by reversing the basketball or setting a deeper, harder screen or catching the ball deeper in the post, getting offensive rebounds and spraying it, or getting drawing a lot of fouls. Everyone talks about guys that draw the fouls that go to the foul line, but it's those guys that draw the fouls early in halves so everyone else can get to the foul line. I think there's just been a lot of different things like that have accumulated to our success, and in scoring, just different guys on different nights having good scoring nights, big scoring nights, and consistent in our play. If we're playing the right way, and a lot of guys are benefiting. When
you have a guy who has a big night like Jaden the other night, are you calling plays specifically for him from the sideline, or are you guys just recognizing, hey, I got to get involved?
Well, at times we are, yes, definitely. But when you have a guy like Ace out there, Ace knows who's hot, and Ace gets the point across to he and his teammates to get that hot guy a shot or an isolation in the post or a mismatch or putting somebody in a ball screen. He does a very good job of that. He understands, as the quarterback of the team, the point guard, if someone's feeling good or there's a spot we could play through. He does a good job of that, without a doubt. And if you play basketball long enough and you see a guy, that ball goes in early and often, we want to get guys shots, but we also want our teammates in the flow of our offense to get those guys looks.
What's different about this group that they're able to be more successful on the road than, say, earlier in the year?
Well, I think sometimes when we go on the road, it's just us. Our focus is a little more narrowed. I think we don't play to the crowd as much when we're on the road, quite honestly. Now, we love our crowd here, but sometimes as a coach I go a little crazy because we play to the crowd a little bit too much at home, especially when we get a lead. I think when we're on the road, we have a locked-in focus, especially when we get a lead, and to finish it. We gotta bring that here tomorrow night, and as moving forward, just keeping a locked-in focus. But I just think these guys get along so well, and they play for each other. They play the right way, and they play really hard. And we have a lot of guys that do that, and that stuff travels.
A little bit about Jalen. Where did you see him when you were recruiting him?
Well, Coach Brunt saw him in AAU when he was younger. I saw him play when he was younger, but then during COVID, we couldn't get out and recruit, so he was at the Skills Factory in Atlanta. So we watched all his games. We knew about him. We just loved his versatility, and so we recruited him really hard and built a cool relationship with his family. He's from a great family in Savannah. His parents have been through this recruiting. His sister was a track star at Ohio State. His brother's a inside linebacker at Florida State. So, they get it. They know what it's all about. So just built a great relationship, and we wanted a big guy that is versatile, that we knew would get a lot better, that had an edge, that could really move, and he hit he filled that bill for sure.
He fits that kind of mold that you want.
Yes,
Man, right?
yes, yes.
Which is?
Yeah, a big guy that could really move, can guard multiple positions. We can move him around on offense. He could really finish at the basket, and a guy that, you know, he could be involved in the press when he needs to be. We just didn't want a plotter that way. We wanted a big guy that could move, especially the way we play defense. When you have big guys out there that can really move, even when we switch, and he can guard guards, and he does that really well. He's just a great mover at 6'9".
How much did he progress from the offseason? Because I understand he put in a lot of work.
Put a lot of work in on his game. I thought his body's changed. He's matured. He's got to, you know, continue in all three of those areas. And you know, my challenge to him in this offseason coming up is, can you do even more? Because he took a huge step. And just confidence as a basketball player, being able to finish around the rim, being able to put the ball down on the floor from different areas to be a threat, that has really helped us. And I think his defense has improved, and his rebounding has really helped us, for sure.
Even from the beginning of the year, it looks like he's still tapping into his potential.
Yeah, I don't think he's even close to the ceiling. I think he has so much potential. And I think the biggest thing, what I love most about him is he's so darn competitive, and he has that, I like to say, VCU edge. He hates to lose. He is emotional. I'd rather guys emotional, and we work on that and smooth it out, and with maturity as we're moving forward in your career, that turns into a weapon. That he's emotional and he has an edge, but he turns it into you know, results. You know, that's the biggest thing with him is he does get frustrated at times with a foul or something doesn't go our way, and he's got to continue. He's gotten better at it, but to become the highest level and one of the best players in the league, that's the next step for him as he continues to work on his game and continues to mature. And we spend a lot of time with him. The sky's the limit for that kid.
When would you, I guess, start talking about the atmosphere of playing at Barclays with the guys? I believe just with maybe one or two guys on this year team has played in a tournament up there?
Yeah, well, we played 2 games up there this year, but yeah, not many. But our guys, look, nowadays, different than ever, these guys play everywhere from 8, 9 years old. They fly around the country, playing AU games, playing all different events, all different big cities. So I'm not sure anything surprises them. But, you know, when it's a conference tournament on national television, and it's why you want to go play college basketball. It could be a fun experience. It could be a great experience. But it's still playing basketball. It's still playing the same game. And you want to be very focused and driven to do whatever it takes to win and advance. And that's the fun part of coaching a group of guys you enjoy being around. Let's see how they handle it and see what they do.
And was that a main reason why you scheduled that tournament in Barclays?
Yeah, I think it's great for recruiting to get up in that area. We recruit that area really hard. And our fans travel. They love going to New York City as much as the team does. So that's always cool when our fans travel with us like they will in the A-10 tournament. And anytime we have a chance to play in an arena, we may get back there to play. You know, that's definitely something on our agenda for sure. Cool, guys.